Mr. Greg Hayes.
Well, since the election, Mr. Keating hasn't been all that accessible to the media. So on 2UE this week, Alan tried the next best thing, the brilliant impersonator, Greg Hayes. And while it might sound very much like Paul Keating, remember, it's not quite.
Well, I thought we'd catch up with the Prime Minister before he heads off for New Zealand today. And the Prime Minister is on the line. Mr. Keating, good morning.
Good morning, Alan.
Prime Minister, before we get to your New Zealand trip, why have you backed down on your promise that the government would match public contributions to charitable organisations?
Alan, can I say that this whole business, it's been the publicity surrounding the statement referring to New Zealanders coming over to our country, and the welfare benefits and all this has been blown right out of proportion. I was looking forward to going to New Zealand. I still am, and I think that I think I might take Trevor Chappell with me. The way the reaction we've got from New Zealand, and I just think the whole thing's been blown out of proportion.
Trevor Chappell, when you're dealing with things like pay TV and welfare payments, where does he fit into it?
Well, the underarm incident, they're still pretty frightened of him, I believe, Alan.
You just seem, you see, it's the same old Keating. I mean, before the election, you wouldn't answer questions. Now you've got this mandate, you still won't answer.
Alan, education reform, law reform, housing reform, all these things that we've introduced, and for John Hewson, chloroform.
I mean, chloroform.
Well, I just think the whole
He's
thing...
been married 3 times. He pays a quadrilla in maintenance now. His second wife, unfaithful. He jumped into a cab one night in Sydney, said, "Take me where the action is." The cabbie took him to his place. I said, "There you go, Paddy." "No good here, Greg," he said, "Don." He said, "It's terrible here now." I said, "What's happened?" He said, "They closed down the wheat silo." You know what that means? No work. I said, "Bugger. What are you going to do, mate? You've worked there since you left school." He said, "I've got to move." I said, "Oh, that's tragic. The bloke's in his 50s, you know." I said, "Well, where to? Where are you going to go? Up north?" He said, "I don't know. I got an idea." I said, "What's that?" He said, "I'm moving to Jeopardy." "Never heard of Jeopardy? Where'd you hear about this?" He said, "It was in the Sunday paper last week. There's thousands of jobs in Jeopardy." So I'll give you an impression of John Tapp in an Indian restaurant. It went something like this. "Gaze towards a menu, like the look of the lineup too. We've got cheeky chili, Bombay duck, pompadom, vindaloo and Indian curry, and they're almost set to go. Like the little waitress over there, the one with the first and second leg, and the one up the back with the big daily double up front looks good too. She's probably owned and trained by the 6-foot bruiser coming out of the gents. He'd lots more than a protest for the outside interference from me."
We're going to cross live to the nation's capital. Here's our man in Canberra. This is Peter Harvey for Channel 9 News. There was a red alert in Canberra this afternoon when an escapee from a local mental asylum became loose in Parliament House. Police said it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. New South Wales, and here's our man courtesy of Sydney's 2GB, Mr. Alan Jones.
I'm Alan Jones. This is unbelievable stuff. Listen to this. Listen to this. Sit down the young steps of Parliament House this afternoon, screaming at the top of his voice, "Nathan Rees is an idiot." This is unbelievable stuff. Nathan Rees is an idiot. He was arrested and given 1 month's jail for disorderly conduct and 10 years for giving away state secrets. Unbelievable. What would you do that was any different in 2009? Paul Keating's remarks to his flies. I can say, shut up, listen to this. Shut up, listen to this. That includes you too, Kelly. It's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night, where the wild dingoes go. Now, I never heard anybody else do that song, and probably because, I don't know, it just wouldn't sound right. But so the other day I was thinking, what if we had a few different people singing it? I mean, if Bob Dylan ever did it, he'd probably sound something like this. Now really, he's a blacksmith the first time in his life. Then he came home pure silver. And here's Johnny Cash ever did it, he'd sound like this. Well, the stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat, and rests up to the bar and pulls a wad from his coat. If Alan Jones ever did it, he'd sound something like this. Well, it's lonesome away, unbelievable stuff. When your kindred and all, listen to this. By the campfire at night with the wild dingoes call. They're all none of them are purebreds anymore.
Volunteer to help put tonight together. So I will introduce you to the stage right now, Commodore Mr. Gavin Cook. Congratulations once again to all the winners. Give them a big hand. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy yourself. In the rain, on the lights on the hill, they're blinded. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have been a fun crowd and a lovely warm audience. And if you like my part of the show, my name's Greg Hayes. If you didn't, my name's Wayne Swan. Good night. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been entertained by Mr. Greg Hayes.
Do your Laurie Oakes impression.
Laurie Oakes, come.
Channel 9's Election 2010, a major Australian event.
Do it again.